So it was just last week on the Active Gamer Life podcast where I had an entire segment where I was talking about how EA was finally becoming what they used to be to me. Back during the PlayStation 2, GameCube, Xbox OG generation, when they had a variety of games and not just sports games, and it feels like finally EA is coming back to form. I mean, with Unraveled, then Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, which I thought was really good, and the fact that it had that Metroidvania style gameplay, awesome. These are very gameplay heavy, mechanic heavy games, and I really enjoy that about those games. And then my game of the year. If you would have told me at the beginning of the year, 2021, that the two games that I've been having the most fun with, basically, and I can't even say the most fun with, because I've played a lot of games, this year, way more than I've played Knockout City. But right now, I've really, really, really have fallen in love with this game. So It Takes Two is my current game of the year, and Knockout City comes out of nowhere, and literally like a dodgeball to your dome. This game is amazing. It's mad fun. It's mad fun. The mechanics are simple once you get to know them, but the way they all work together turns the game into something really, really cool. And I've only played one mode, which is just the knockout mode, and I've been playing that for basically 3 hours straight. I intend to play it some more. I've created my character, and I love the fact that you can create your characters, and they have a lot of customization in there. And you have three characters per profile, so it's not just like your one inkling in, let's say, Splatoon. You know what I'm saying? Or like in Call of Duty now, you get two characters. Basically, your good guy, bad guy. I don't know, something like that. No, basically two different sides, and those are your two characters. When you go into multiplayer. This game gives you three options. You can switch between them super quick, and I really do like that about it. And I like the way all the body parts, pieces, and everything, just basically can be used to make whatever kind of character you want to make. I think that's awesome. And the game, the way you move around, jump around, the fact that you got a paraglider like in Breath of the Wild. Basically, every game now wants you to glide, and I get it. It's awesome. It's a great mechanic. It's a great way to get around when you jump in the game off of something that's super high. Like when you don't have a way to paraglide down now in games, it just feels kind of weird because you think about it. Call of Duty, one of the biggest games in the world. You do the same thing in Fortnite, Breath of the Wild. You know what I'm saying? It's just now the norm, and a ton of other games. Where you can paraglide and glide down now. Anyway, speaking of the actual mechanics of the games, going back to that, back on track here, the fact that there's a pass mechanic that I've rarely used and I need to start using, and I think it's gonna take a while before the actual community realizes, like, yo, you could pass the ball. Yeah, like, I mean, I started using the mechanic of turning myself into a ball and having my teammate, like, toss me into a giant bomb and just blow up the whole damn area. That's awesome. Like, there's a lot of mechanics in there that I feel like you just playing with randoms right now, since the game just came out, it's not really going to connect. Like, people are just now just running around trying to get a ball in order to get kills. But, like, you have a melee attack that you can do with the ball when you actually have it in your hand. Like, I've seen people, close up and not, and myself included, and not use this ability. And you just don't think about it while you just right there in the thick of things. You know what I'm saying? You trying to basically bash the person away and then, dash basically back to get the ball and then use the ball real quick. And at the same time, you got to be on point, because if they catch the ball, that ball is going to come at you way faster. If you played old Legend of Zelda games, you already know that this is basically playing now like Ganondorf versus Link, where it's basically that power ball where y'all bouncing it back and forth until one of y'all basically messes up and then, eats it. That's basically what you're going to do in this game. And the more you catch the ball, the faster it gets. And then there's some balls that actually curveball. It's crazy. And then also you have to consider the kind of balls they are. Like, some can actually, explode completely. Like, it's crazy, yo. It's mad crazy. Like, the game is mad cool. And I see that the game is trending and everything right now. I hope that the game has an audience. I'm glad that it's crossplay with everything. I've been hearing certain things like, oh, it's been having issues and things like that on other platforms like Switch and stuff. And I was like, well, on the Series X, all the matches I played, which I played right now, I played exactly 3 hours of the game. I didn't have any issues. I had one team actually tap out, but I know why they tapped out. We had like 7 and they had 0. So they was like, yeah, we out of here. I understand that. That happens in all games. But other than that, every match was pretty much smooth. I even partied up and played, so I had no issues at all with the game so far. And yeah, I'm enjoying it a whole lot. Like, if you haven't played this game, I recommend you give it a chance, especially if you like Splatoon and stuff like that. Even though they're not the same outside of the fact. I mean, they have similarities, but mechanic wise, they're nothing alike. You know what I'm saying? So the comparison, I don't want it to be like something where, and I'm not saying for me because I would never do something as dumb as this, but where people be like, oh yeah, I just got Splatoon or I just got Knockout City. I don't need Splatoon 3. Like, nah, these games aren't alike. You know what I'm saying? It's like somebody comparing Battlefield to Call of Duty. Like, I like Battlefield single player modes. I don't like the multiplayer. I love Call of Duty basically. When I love Call of Duty, it's usually I like the single player. And, well, the single player, it's serviceable. And then the multiplayer, I love it. I feel like they're completely different. It's almost like if somebody goes, oh yeah, you know what? Doom is a first person shooter. Call of Duty's a first person shooter. Same shit. Like, they're really not. Unless, I don't know. Like, not even, you know what? I'll compare it to something, Deathloop, matter of fact. Deathloop has a lot of Doom-like mechanics where you run, and I know that was already in Dishonored and stuff like that, where, run up on the character and you do a melee attack. But, Doom is basically the famous game for doing that. So that's like somebody saying, you know what, I play Doom, I don't need to play Dishonored or Deathloop in this case. Like, Deathloop is a completely different game. It's Groundhog Day. Like, that shit looks awesome. There's a character hunting you all the time. You never know when they're going to come out. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't compare Doom to, a Deathloop. I would just say, yo, they're both shooters. They can, share that. Other than that, nah, they're not the same at all. And I feel like this is the same thing with Splatoon and even, I mean, throw in stuff like Ninjala, which people like to be like, oh yeah, it's Splatoon. Here's a fun fact. When I was playing Ninjala, my girl walked by, she looked at it, she said, oh, it's like Splatoon. She watched me play real quick. She was like, yeah, I'd rather play Splatoon than this. When she saw me playing now, Knockout City, she was like, yeah, I think I'm going to learn how to play this just the same way I did Splatoon, because this actually looks fun. And I'm like, it is fun. It's mad fun. Because she was like hearing me, just creating a ruckus basically. Like, oh shit, oh. You know what I mean? And you're going to do that when you play this game. I'm telling you. Do yourself a favor. Download the game on your platform of choice. And look, me personally, I didn't even know there was a tutorial, so I didn't even, do it. I just played. I think I saw it, but I was just like, you know what, play. I just went, like, jumped in, like, you know what, let me see how this is real quick. Like, I was not thinking, like, it was going to be anything great. And it turned out to be, I was like, yo, this was mad fun right now. Hold on, let me learn more of the mechanics. And I just learned it, as I played. So if you're seeing any gameplay right now, it's from those 3 hours. And that's just me playing, the first time. And I had some matches in there where I want to say I had like 20 knockouts around there, like going crazy. And that's the thing, like, it's mad fun. But I ran into some people who they had whole different, like, intro animations. Like, I got a few things that I've unlocked. You know what I'm saying? I just unlocked some bucks too. I guess you can go into like the store area and get some stuff, like in-game bucks. But there were some people who, like, they had shit that I know I was like, yeah, you, like, am I playing some of the developers right now, something like that? And yeah, I played one match where we literally scored once, and it was me. It was, 10, because the game was always up to 10, basically, when you play the knockout mode, yeah. And we got wrecked completely. I was like, yo, those people were nice with it. Like, I mean, they were using all the mechanics. That's where I actually learned that you can hold somebody, charge them up into a bomb, like actually tell your teammate, turn into a ball. You know what I'm saying? And you can say, like, throw me. And when they grab you, they can charge you up and then throw you. And then you create like basically a kill streak. And they was doing that. And they was just raining down on us. So you have basically, I think you had like one of them running around shooting while the other ones was just using themselves as bombs over and over. So it was mad hard to basically, you know what I'm saying, keep track of what was going on. And then it was the first time I was seeing that mechanic. So yeah, it was crazy. But mad fun. Even then, when I went 1 and 9, I was like, that match was still awesome. You know what I'm saying? Right now, I'm already up to like level 9, I think 9 or 10, around there. So yeah, I'm working my way up. And I'm telling you, couldn't recommend this game enough. If you like Splatoon, I could say, yo, give this game a shot. Because I think it has a lot of things from Splatoon that you would like creating your character. Splatoon is 4 players, but this one is 3, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it's 3 players. But you could customize your character and everything. It's not like you are, customizing your weapon and picking what loadout you want, because it's not about loadouts. It's a dodgeball game. So what you get is what's actually on the field, and it like it alternates. Like there's sometimes where there's dodgeballs that are like sniper rifles, some that are like moonballs that make enemies like fly, like fly away and all that. Yeah, man, it's crazy. It's absolutely insane, and I love it. I really do like the fact that there's so many different mechanics. And I saw there was a mode there that it looked like, from what I read, it looked like it was basically what the hell is the name of this mode from Call of Duty? Kill Confirm. There you go. Kill Confirm. They basically read like it was Kill Confirm. I'm not sure if it's like it, but it sounded like you hit the enemy, jewels come out, and then you pick up the jewels. And if your teammates get hit and their jewels fall out, you basically got to go and pick them up, so that the team doesn't score. So basically, Kill Confirm. That's the way I read it, and I'm definitely gonna check that out now when I get on it again. But yeah, man, it's a real good game so far. So far, so good. And this is day one. Remember when Splatoon first came out? You know what I'm saying? There was a lot of criticisms about it, like about lag, about the I forget what that's called. Like the hit timing and all of that. Like shit behind the scene that people were like, yeah, I can tell. And I'm like, man, I don't know. I'll be running around splatting people, having mad fun. I don't know what the hell you talking about. But anyway, they were talking about it. And people were complaining about, oh yeah, there's nothing many maps, there's nothing many this, nothing many that. And that's another thing. The maps in this game are very varied. You know what I mean? There's a lot of areas where you can pitfall when you and like when you get killed, like you have ragdoll physics. So you're just like, I can't even tell you how many times I got like hit by the dodge or like basically get killed. But my body just keeps floating through the air, hits a wall, blah, like it looks real crazy, and you just fall to your doom. Awesome, like it's crazy. But again, I gotta mention, passing the ball. That's something that the community is gonna have to, get accustomed to. Because there's too many times where I feel like, damn, if my teammate just, because like, all right, you throw a ball at somebody, and then if they catch it, if I had another one, because there's sometimes where you can get like these triple balls. Yo, listen, man, and you can just rain on motherfuckers all day, and sometimes I'm like, yo, if I had just a teammate, turn himself into a ball, I'm like, yo, you could just completely just destroy dudes. But right now, like, the community doesn't really understand the mechanics, but you can't really blame them. The game just came out, and not even that they don't understand it. Some of them just don't know. They probably just went in just like I did, you know what I'm saying, where they learning as they see, as they run into these different mechanics. They're like, yo, how the hell they did that, you know what I'm saying? So then it starts to click if they don't go into tutorials. Some people won't do the tutorials. That's why I think, if I'm not mistaken, Splatoon forced the tutorials on you, which is probably why Nintendo did it, people like, yo, you know what, so that we don't got people online just not knowing how stuff works. Like, yo, you can jump to your teammate. You taking mad long to get back to the action when you can be back right in the thick of things, splatting people and then basically start painting again. It took a while, I feel like, for the community to understand that. I feel like more actually in Splatoon 2, because it was on the Switch, whereas on the gamepad it was kind of known like that's a cool mechanic. You could just touch your partners and just jump to them. That was kind of one of the marketing things that was always talked about with Splatoon 2. It wasn't, and I felt like you were seeing it less. And I'd be like, yo, what the hell is the team at? Like, why y'all not jumping over here? And I was like, oh, it's probably because they don't even know. You know what I'm saying? This is probably a whole new batch of players, because this is an actual successful Nintendo console. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's gonna take time, but I think as more and more people. Like, I ran into crews too. Like, you can create crews and have a name and everything. And I'm telling you, they work. The team I was just talking about, they were a crew. That's the same team I'm talking about. See, got PTSD from this goddamn, you know what I mean? Ass whooping we just had. Yo, they actually, you know what I mean? Like, understood all of the mechanics. And they used it, you know what I'm saying, perfectly, to the point where we couldn't even score. Well, let me not say we, they. I scored one. No, I'm just playing. Now, we couldn't score, because I couldn't score after that first, point either. So yeah, like, once the whole community understands that, the games are gonna get way crazier, way more deeper. Like, people already saying, oh yeah, it's kind of shallow, it's not that deep. I'm like, you bugging. You must have just played a match, judged the game, you know what I'm saying, and didn't even understand everything. Like, you gotta understand, like, from your jumping to the other button being the double jump to paragliding to using the actual platforming in the levels. Because this is one level. Honestly, this is one level with this giant ball is swinging through it, right? And it like knocks you back if you run into it. So the game was basically 9-9, and I was like, yo, one of the most hilarious, embarrassing moments. I was like, oh yeah, gotta see who gonna win. Here we go. You know how that game ended? I literally ran by where that damn ball swing. That shit hit me, blah, right out the mat. Done. The other team won. I was tight. I was like, yo, they ain't even learned that. They ain't even learned that. But yo, hey, if you dumb, that's gonna happen. In that situation, I was dumb. I ain't even see it coming. I was like, yo, that's crazy. So the actual level is also a challenge. And like I said, there's a lot of pitfalls in all the levels. So yeah, there's challenges all over the place that you got to actually take into consideration. As you can tell, I really am enjoying this game a lot. You know what I'm saying? And just like It Takes Two, where I recommended that game, I'm recommending this one a whole lot. Yeah, PC, Switch, PS5, 4, Xbox One, the whole Xbox family. You know what I'm saying? Basically, series, all of them. You know what I mean? So it's everywhere. This game is basically everywhere. There's no reason why you shouldn't give it a shot when it's free basically for 10 days. If I'm not mistaken, everywhere right now. It's in Game Pass. If you got Game Pass, it's going to be basically free forever. But you know what I'm saying? Like, it's going to be free for those of you not in the ultimate, gaming ecosystem. Nah, but nah, for real, like, play this game. For real. Like, and then let me know what you think in the comment section below, because I'm really enjoying it. Maybe you'll have a way worse experience than me, like your connection or something like that. I know that can happen, but for me, like I said, it's been smooth sailing, and I hope that the gameplay that you actually watched during this gameplay that I put in here, shows you. You know what I'm saying? Shows you how actually smooth it was for me. So yeah, that's gonna do it for this one. Thanks for watching. Until the next one, stay active. For real, stay active with this game. Go dodgeball. I know you used to play dodgeball when you was little and get hit in the head. Now you don't gotta feel the pain in your head. You can just play dodgeball in the game. Do it! Do it! Peace!
Gold team takes the lead.
Oh no! Throw me!
KO. It's all tied up. Blue team takes the lead. Gold team takes the lead.
Pass to me! Pass me!
Blue team needs one more point to win the match.